What's up, family? Gerald the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Check The King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.
What's up, good people? BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z, sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews, you name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcast on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
Folks, we're back at the Patrick Gayle Show, episode 20. And for some, Coach, 20 too many for some people, but we don't care about what they think. We here episode 20, Coach. We're doing it big, leading to the weekend. What's up, Coach? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, JR. Before I say anything, man, got a lot of family that's in Jamaica right now, and they're bracing for Hurricane Beryl. So we want to send out prayers. It's a very dangerous, very large, very strong hurricane. So definitely want to send prayers out to all, my people in Jamaica.
No doubt. As me being half Jamaican myself, so I got family that's dipped to Bahamas and Turks and Caicos. So I got family there. So shout out to them. Be safe out there. And come back. Hopefully you come back. It was a blessing and it wasn't what it could have been. So we're going to send them, that goes good vibes to our Jamaican family out there.
Yes,
Coach.
Yes, right about that.
Coach, let's start here, Coach. Talk about the young men who made the commissioners list, man, for academics, and how proud of you those young men for performing on and off the court, Coach.
Man, I appreciate you. So we actually have the spectrum. We got our grad assistant. We got our grad student graduate, Jameer Moore. He made the all SIAC commissioners team. And we got a freshman, Blaze Wallace. Blaze has a 3.87, and Jameer graduated with his master's with a 3.3. So I'm really proud of both of them. But I love the fact that there's a dichotomy there with you got the graduate senior and you got the freshman. So that just showed you, the team dynamics that we had, that you had the OG and then you had the young pup. And both of them played a lot of minutes. Both of them started games. So, really, really happy. We pray and we hope that the guys we got coming in, can overload the commissioner's team. But hey, I'm happy with these two young men, and I'm proud of these two young men.
Coach, I commend them because I know I couldn't have that good of a GPA that Blaze got. No way.
Blaze is a great student, great athlete, great person. And to all you high school prospects out there, he's a true freshman for us. Albany State is not afraid to recruit true freshmen. So, Blaze is a great example of what you want to be, as a student athlete. You want to be excellent on the court, but you want to be even more excellent in the classroom.
And Coach, you got some key freshmen coming in that you may want to discuss. I don't know if you want to talk about it or not. It's your call, but if you want to, Coach, who?
No, I'll definitely. You know what? In honor of the live period and how many freshmen, how many 2025s and 2026 parents and players I've talked to, and how many 2024s that are still looking coming out of high school, man. We're proud of the freshman class that we brought in. First and foremost, let me talk about Caleb Murray. He came from Camden County, small area in Georgia, but he attended our prospect camp more than once. Coach White did a great job of recruiting him, and we got him signed. He's 6'3" guard, long. He's what we like in our wings, long, great defender, will guard you 94 feet, tough. We love our guards coming in to be tough, long, and athletic, and that's Caleb. So we're happy with him. And then we got some guys that last minute, we didn't think we would get them. We thought they would be going on, D1 or JUCO. But we got a big one in Isaiah Cameron. Another, he can play the point. Another long guard. Attended the Wilson Academy. His dad, Coach Cameron, does an awesome job. He did his thing this live period, man. He runs a great program, great kids. So we were looking at another player, and Isaiah came in because we thought else, and he put on a show when he came for a workout, and we are so excited to have him on. That's it's a great story, and just you always got to have kids on campus, man. We always try to have a lot of workouts, and he's one of those guys that we were looking at some other guys, not thinking we could get him, and all he had to say to me was, I think I like Albany State, and yeah, I went to work. So I'm excited about Isaiah. And then we got some post grad guys. My guy, Coach Graham at T-Lap, who just had a player drafted, the top pick in the second round. He does a great job at T-Lap. We got two players that we think are steals for us. Greg Maxwell, he 6'3" guard from Williston, Florida. He actually loves basketball, stays in the gym, a gym rat. And then we got Christian Gary, Osborne graduate, went to T-Lap. I saw him last year working out in the gym, and he actually worked out with Blaze because T-Lap's in Tallahassee, and I loved him and went back to see him, during the season, and he looked even better. So we're excited about those two. We're very excited about our freshman class, and we're excited about those guys, and we feel like some sort of way they're going to make their way on the court. And last but not least, a man at Tri-Cities, Coach Forts, gave me a call about his point guard, and we're going to take his point guard. Malik he's a 6'4" point guard that is coming off injury. He actually played hurt this season at Tri-Cities. He's going to be a beast. We just want him to get healthy, but we're gonna slowly get Malik acclimated. But we are excited with our freshman class and our guards.
No doubt, Coach. We look forward to that. I got some breaking news. I'm gonna break it on the show, but I just got a text that's kind of threw me off. But I'll support it. Talk offline, Coach. We're live here, people.
Breaking news, it's a can't break.
Yes, Coach, I was locked in. I said, "Hold on." So, but I'm glad I got the news before it hits the world. But yes,
Well. Let me make sure. I said Malik Johnson is his name, but I just want to make sure that everybody knows that this happens a lot. We just gotta, you have there's power in the tongue. So we know to only speak positive, speak things that need to be heard. So I'll leave it at
yes,
that.
sir, yes, sir, Coach. Yes, we gonna speak real positive. It's really positive.
Trust me, I got you. I got you.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
got you.
Yes, sir. Hey, and Coach, this is a great day, man. And Coach, let's share with them that y'all. We didn't take this on the air, but Coach Gayle and I went to an Atlanta Dream game and saw one of my
Oh yeah.
former TSU classmates while we were there. Of all things, ain't that crazy? But we went to the Dream Liberty game and
The
really
WNBA is holding it down right now, JR.
yes, and both teams ran some great stuff. We had an in-depth basketball conversation. It was a fun environment. On Sunday afternoon, the Gateway Center was packed to see the New York Liberty play against the Atlanta Dream out there at the Gateway Center.
Well, first and foremost, let me shout out my New York Liberty, number one in the WNBA right now, doing their thing. Breonna Stewart holding it down. They have some really talented young ladies. Their system to a T. They're well coached. They have a lot of talent. They shoot the ball at a high clip. They defend at a high clip. It was a treat watching them. But I'll also shout out the Atlanta Dreams coach, Renee Montgomery. She
Not
she
Tanisha
runs
Wright,
some.
Coach. Tanisha Wright.
Sorry, Renee
Tanisha
Montgomery's
Wright,
the
your owner, yes.
I'm sorry. So it's gotta start with the owner, and then Coach Wright. She runs some really good stuff, and I was what was I doing on my phone, Jr. I was trying to record and chop up stuff. I sent some stuff to my assistant and said, look at what they do, out of their 5-out set. Look at what they do with their Princeton action. So I have to apologize, Coach Wright. You run some great stuff. I was thinking about the owner because I saw the owner, on the front of the court, holding it down, and I was proud of her, with that game being a sellout. So her name was in my mind. But man, I have to thank you, JR. That was an awesome experience, man. That was awesome to see just basketball, the love of basketball, and it was great to see College Park packed on a Sunday. It was
On
it
a
was awesome
hot, humid Sunday there, Coach.
on a hot, humid Sunday. And we got there early thinking that we would kind of beat people, but we didn't because there's people out there waiting to get in, man. It was an awesome experience.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, Coach. It was literally like, I'll say 1:45-ish, and we was a line of people in the hot sun,
The hot sun, in the
waiting to
hot
get into
sun.
that arena.
And let me tell you, man, the experience is awesome. I mean, everything was awesome. Oh, I actually love, and I have the Gateway Arena, man. That's a great facility. I definitely got to go back, to watch some G League games and to watch some more WNBA games. But man, it was a great experience, man. JR, I thank you, man. That was an awesome experience.
And it also hosts select college games too, high school games. So some AAU tournaments play there. So the Gateway Center Arena at the Atlanta airport is right there. It's a nice little neat place to play stuff at. We can't get in State Farm or Georgia State or over at Clark or Morehouse. You can go over there, nice intimate environment, and you can get it done.
I just wanted. There's a lot of great Atlanta, high school prospects out there. We didn't just go to see a Nest school in Stewart. We went to see basketball and Alicia Gray with the Atlantic Dream, and they have some young players that I think are going to be really good. I would definitely encourage. I know it's the live period of July is coming up, and travel season is here. But definitely, you get a chance. You guys got to go, watch the Dream play. Coach Wright runs some really, really good stuff, man. I can't say enough how blown away I was with what she runs, and she's going to do a great job. The ball just wasn't falling, but it will eventually fall. You know how it is. So just keep doing what you're doing. But I would implore a lot of. It was great to see some high school kids there, watching, male and female. So definitely go watch the Dream.
And coach, even though it was pretty much a blowout, the crowd didn't really start leaving until last time out.
No, well, it was good basketball, and the players are engaging. After the game, they came and engaged with the fans. But that's what the Liberty do, Jr. I mean, it's the New York Liberty. What can I say, man? We it's it's just what the Liberty do. On to the next.
Coach, this should be my next role, coach. One of my next roles should be game operations, where I determine what happens during the games for certain things. I just think I would be a good guy to be over game operations, coach, because I'm positive what I'm doing. I know I'm doing in that regard. I'm just saying, coach, I say it for a reason.
Hey, listen, I have to say this. Listen, I have to say this. Sitting next to you, man, nothing passes you. Nothing gets by you, man. You taught me so much in just attending the game and what to look at, what to look for, the schedule, the cadence of everything. I learned a lot. I didn't just learn basketball. So it's funny you say that, man. You are very intelligent and very, very good at what you do.
Coach, you have a mic in your hand, you have to notice everything. And I got my start hosting happy hours up in Nashville. So you had to kind of scope the crowd, who got on what, and what they do on the dance floor. Somebody trying to do the percolator and they can't get up off their legs, because the percolator took them down to the floor. So all them things, from hosting happy hours and walking the crowd. So that was training in Nashville in the club scene, happy hour scene, trained me to where I am now, where when I'm at an arena or a game, nothing gets past me. I catch everything.
Well, I have to say, I like to ask you questions, JR. So what are some of the go-to, as far as game operations, what are some of the go-to activities that maybe schools, smaller schools, universities should always, try to bring into their game experience?
I would do different cams. I like, but I want to. I don't want to do the cam if we're up and winning. We gotta have stuff for if we're winning or if we're losing. It can't just be this is what we're gonna do. We have to have time and score and have that in mind. I think too many game ops people don't have time and score in mind. Like, I mean no shade when I say this, but I'm gonna say this. When the Hawks are down by 30, we should not be swag surfing at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Makes sense.
I'm just being real. We
playoff sense.
Game, we down by 20. Do you believe whatever? Time and score.
Well, I have to have a little pushback because I remember in a game this season we were down big, and that was my speech actually to my team on the bench. And at halftime, I roasted them, and guess what? They came out, and they actually didn't come out and immediately cut into that lead. It took them about 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden, boom. And then I said what you just said with about 5 minutes left with the game being in I think 1 or 2 possessions. Do you believe now? Go win it. So just a little pushback that
but
there's
Coach,
never a lead big enough.
If the crowd's already like starting to lead, that's why I'm saying we got to have more of a look at the game that's going on before we do certain things game ops wise. We have to have, if we're winning or if we're down by this much, we do this. So I'm saying have more in the toolbox on the game ops side. Like the Memphis Grizzlies are not going to do super Grizz when they're down by 30 in the fourth quarter. I'm just I'm just
Well, Jr. I'm from New York. When we down that big, the fans just start booing and start getting belligerent and start getting upset. So there's no singing, laughing, a joking when we down that big. So I get what
and
you're
I would
saying.
say game op wise, we shouldn't do the same thing every game. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good
I
point.
get we have
That's a good point.
sponsored stuff that we have to do, but have multiple
Right.
things sponsored we can plug in.
It's funny. I'm glad you brought that up. So if there's a student athlete that wants to do what you do, that wants to get into that understands basketball, but also understands entertainment and also understands people, what talk about the different opportunities they can have and where they, like you said, you started hosting happy hours. Talk about how they can get into that, field and how lucrative that field can be.
Yeah, like most game ops people, PR people, for as I'm gonna say, like people on the mic at the arenas, right? They usually start in a radio background because you have to be able to talk and speak and engage and hype up. So you get that practice on the microphone. Like for me, I worked on my cadences in happy hour. I wasn't getting paid much, but it worked. I was able to workshop my cadence on the radio, workshop my hypeness in that arena where it's not as much pressure. When you get on the radio, you got to really have it down. So you got to start. Most of it's somewhere you're an influencer, you're on TV, you have a mic in your hand. You got to have a gift of gab. So also being a PA announcer, gift of gab. Most PA announcers are people who either do spoken word, radio, something with their voice where it projects. So you have to be in that mindset. And I think for me, having played sports, understanding sports, understanding people and entertainment, I look at it from the sense of we just can't have this is what we do. We have to have scenarios blocked out on our shot sheets, on our prep sheets for the game. It can't be we're going to do swag surfing no matter what the start of the fourth quarter without looking at time and score.
So a degree in communications that kind of leads you towards that field.
It can. I'm of the opinion, coaches, people disagree with me about this. I'd rather you major in business and minor communication than major communications itself. Because if you don't get a job in journalism,
you know what, JR, man, sometimes, man, without us even thinking, man, we just throw the lob because it's funny you say that because our PA announcer, Mr. Al McKendrick, is our business manager for basketball, and the voice of the Golden Rams football is our academic advisor, Mr. Fred Suttle. So it's funny you say that. So they have some type of communications background, but like you said, Mr. McKendrick is a business manager, so obviously he has his business degree, and Mr. Suttle is an academic advisor, so obviously he has an education background. So that's awesome that you just said that you don't have to major in communications to do that.
My degree's in business. Because my thing is,
awesome.
Coach, if you don't get a job as a reporter, a radio host, a writer,
right,
what is your next move?
Right.
That's why I'm firmly against communications majors and journalism majors. Because if you don't make it, where do you turn to?
Right.
You got to go back to school again and try something else. If you're the major in business administration, you can go corporate or communications. Because my background is entrepreneurship and psychology.
And my background was engineering. I had to switch it to math, and with getting a math degree, I got my MBA. And so, like you said, I could do so many things, including coaching. It ain't like I got a health and human performance degree or a physical education degree. I actually got a math degree that aligned me into coaching. So it's funny that you just said that, man. That's good stuff right there, JR.
Because my dad always told me,
hey, JR, you're an intelligent black man, ain't you?
I think I am, Coach, but
intelligent black man.
I think to some people, I'm making mistakes with my career choices because of how I am. Because I'm screwing myself. According to some people, I'm screwing myself because I don't spew narrative and spin. I'm just saying.
Well, let me just say this. If you're not doing your purpose, because I'm doing my purpose. If you're not doing your purpose in JR, I definitely know you're doing your purpose, because you always laughing and joking, no matter how mad you get. I don't ever remember you upset. I always remember you as laughing and joking. Even in the worst times, you still had that spirit that still was there, man. I appreciate that about you. But you're doing your purpose, and I don't know if you knew back in college at Tennessee State, you'd be doing this right now, but here you are doing it. Because I can tell you right now, back when I was going to school at University of Memphis, I had no idea I'd be a college coach.
Coach Gayle, you're right. Coach, I had no clue what I would be doing at Tennessee State, Coach. I had no clue. I had no clue. I would say
And a lot of young people, get a lot of influences, from, some people that really do love them and are kind of nervous. But if you have the Lord in your heart, and if you do your purpose, the Lord will lead you. Trust me. I was a 30-year-old grad assistant, but I loved it. And I think because of my age, God bless Rodney Martin, Tiffin University. Because of my age, he actually wanted me to be his grad assistant. And I thought I had no chance when I was interviewing, but that led me to where I am now. So there's so many people that, because of my path and because the Lord aligned me, the two men that I thank the most, Rodney Martin and Clark Maloney, the two guys I worked for, that really instilled in me a lot of what I have. So that's my path. And so many people, I talk to so many young people, and I say, hey, just get your degree and then let the Lord take over, but don't sell yourself out. Do your purpose.
No doubt. And Coach, what I've always said, this is, and I mean this, the one thing about me, Coach, no matter where I work and what I do, my personal morals and values are going to be me. I'm going to be me regardless of what I do. I will not sacrifice my personal morals and values for any job or employer or anything I do. If you can't accept JR fully as his authentic self, you don't need me around. I'll be that way. And if it rubs you the wrong way, the problem's not with you. It's probably not with me. It's probably with you. And that's what I think about, Coach. I have my convictions about what I do and how I do it. And every decision I made in business, Coach, it's been the right one. It was hard in the moment, but it was the right decision. Going from a panel to a co-host to just being by myself, those were the right decisions for me. And the show took off. It's
funny, JR, because you teach me so much about business, not just business of basketball, but about business in general. And that example is a prime example of it. And I have an MBA, and I've learned a lot more from you than what I learned in school, just because you've lived it. So it's just funny that you're saying that, because I don't think people realize how really smart and how much of a business mind that you have. And the fact that you're actually doing what you're doing is the prime example of it.
Yes, I'm generating my own income. That's what this
How many times do people say that you have to have multiple streams of income, and look at what you do?
Yes, and this is the income I care about the most. Is the show. Yeah, I care about this the most.
It's your baby. It's your baby. It's your baby.
And I ain't into it. And I, Coach, I ain't gonna talk about doing taxes and being a notary.
Wow.
So I got other business too. Besides the Bossman show, I'm a notary and I do taxes on the side. So I have awesome income, people, and you can do it too.
And where'd you grow up, JR?
West Side.
And where did you go to college, JR?
Tennessee State.
And look at you now.
Yeah. So anybody, like I said, if I can do it, you can too. And I know we all have different circumstances. Everybody ain't wired the same way. But I do feel like the things that my father and mother instilled in me gave me that drive to do what I do and then do it my way. And it's okay to do it my way. Everybody ain't gonna do it the same way. And I'm cool. I go sleep every night well, knowing that I'm doing it my way. I'm not conforming to anybody else's thoughts or opinions. I do it my way.
I listened to something this morning, and it said that sometimes your blessings aren't material. Sometimes they're spiritual. And as I hear you speak, I know that a lot of your blessings, it don't matter how much money you make, what you just said, you're doing it your way. You don't sell out who you are. A lot of people that have a lot of material things and they can't even look themselves in the mirror, or they can't look their family, in the eyes, because they're not who they are. They're not who the Lord is leading them to be because of those material things. So I think it's awesome what you're saying right now, because I am so blessed, and I won't speak about anything material. The fact that I can have a relationship, with people like that, where I came from and what I'm doing, sometimes the Lord will use your weaknesses as strengths. And there's a lot of things that when you look at me, you're like, oh, how is he a basketball coach? And that's just the Lord amplifying his message. So JR, I say the same thing with you, man. The Lord just amplifies his message through you and through who you are. So what I always say, keep doing what you're doing. We appreciate you.
Yeah, and Coach, I'll say this one more thing, Coach. Like, it's like for me, Coach, I really feel strongly about this. Hey, look, man, like, I like the fact that I control my own destiny. I like to have my own future in my own hands. And I love that about that. I love this about what I do. And I can serve others. And down the road, Coach, I'm going to have me a lawn care service down the road. Landscaping.
Wow.
Because, see, Coach, my dad taught me to have businesses that always have a need. And COVID ripped that bandage even more. You need to have a tax preparer, a notary.
That's right.
You need to have a landscaper, a lawn care. You need roof cleaners. You need to clean. So I want to have businesses where there's also going to be a need for it no matter what happens.
That's right.
So that's what my thing is. And I'm going to get there. I have many interests, Coach.
And you stay busy, JR. You ain't never just sitting down chilling. You stay busy, my man. Every time I talk to you, you're doing something. You stay busy.
Yeah, Coach. And also this too, Coach. Being who I am is how I get my sponsorships too. Like I'm not gonna tell you who a sponsors are on this radio show. I'm not gonna do that because I don't need those competitors to know who they are. But I have to go talk to people in their offices, and I come like this in my hat, in my shades, in my polo. I don't put on my other glasses just to make them feel comfortable. Because you have to see my full self.
Right. Wow.
And if you like it, you don't. Like, hey, like I had one, I won't name up the coach, but he's a sorry coach at a certain school I won't name. His assistant gonna tell me to take off my shades. I said, well, guess what? You can't be these are what if I talk about I can't see you. So you deal with me or you don't. But I told the individual and his assistant, this is me. And I ain't gonna change for neither one of you. And that's why you can't coach anyway. Hint, hint.
Well, JR. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to pray for that person because, positivity, you should always find positivity. But sometimes the Lord will put that antagonist just to test who you really are. And I love the fact that you stay who you are and never change for anybody, my man.
And Coach.
Hey, JR, you don't even know. I think I seen you one time without your shades, actually.
Once.
So that's really who you are. Like we've broken bread together. We sat down
Coach,
and
Coach,
done some things
no,
together.
You see me twice, Coach, on the bench. Twice on the bench.
You're right. See, I forgot. See, we in the off season. You're right. You're right. So those 2 times.
I'm gonna be on the bench in full blackout shades.
Image in my head. Exactly. The image in my head is you with your shades. And you have, but JR, I will thank you because those 2 times you were on our bench, you didn't have your hat or your shades. So I guess you respected us. I guess you respected, but hey, if that's how you wanted to do it, as long as we reach our young people, because at the end of the day,
I respect the professional coaching and you that much not to do that, Coach.
Well, here's what I'll say though. The one thing I will say is They respected you and what you had to tell them. And there's so many times that you have talked to our young guys and have mentored our young guys. Just imagine the gems you drop one-on-one if you're dropping it now. So just imagine the gems that you dropped one-on-one, because I'll tell you what, I want to be like you as far as having so many streams. Your mind is always thinking about the next thing. You're seeing around corners. You know, there's so many of us that do that we need to celebrate. And people need to know you're one of them, man. So I applaud you. You know what? I see a JR Bossman business camp coming.
We can do that, Coach.
See that coming. God just put that in my spirit, man. I see a business camp coming. Why we got to have just basketball camps? Why we can't have a business camp?
No doubt, Coach. And Coach, that business camp will be good. And we won't come up 1 yard short in Atlanta either. Positively come up 1 yard short in Atlanta.
I'll leave that alone.
That'll be our motto, Coach. We will not come up 1 yard short.
Hey, JR, you giving me a pass? I passed up the shot, JR. I'm going to give it to somebody.
Hey, I'll get you, Coach. But
I'll give you the hockey assist on that.
Yes, you did, Coach. I love it. Hey, see, yeah, we have fun. You know what? And guess what, too, Coach? I can be a business wizard, Coach, couldn't I?
That I agree with. That I'm gonna take the shot. Yes.
You know, we can have an all-star black business all-star game. How about that?
That would be listen, let me tell you something. We're gonna talk about that. That's gonna be a great idea, man. Can't give them everything though, JR.
No, we can't, Coach. But like I said, once again, folks, this was not planned. We don't script the show. See, this is episode 20. It went this way, people. But I will say this: some of you evil people trying to stop the show.
We're supposed to talk about recruiting. We're supposed to talk about recruiting. And look at where we ended up.
Exactly. This is why it's a good show. We had a practice plan, but it didn't go that way.
This is real. This is real. If the Lord leads me to say something to help someone, and I think what you said may have helped a lot. Forget about me and forget about my guys will be okay. We'll be okay. We definitely want someone to hear what you just said. You said was profound.
No doubt, Coach. And I just
God bless your mom and your dad. What they raised a good one. They raised a real one.
I try to be, Coach. And, I just try to be real with everybody I can. Coach, I did an interview last night with somebody. They asked me what's the best gift I was given. I said, my dad told me to tell the truth, be real. Because he said, he told me you got one thing, son, your word. So what you give somebody is truth and realness. That's what I do. Now, it might not come off the right way with some people, but at least it's the truth and real.
And that's why we have this synergy, because I can only be around people that's real.
No doubt. But folks, episode 20 is in the books. Prayers to my folks in Jamaica. Coach gets in Jamaica. And we will come back at you in a couple of weeks with another hot 21 show, getting it in after the live period and stuff like that. We got stuff coming for you, people. Pastor Gayle Show, we're on the move. As my dad would say, we're on a mission in transition. That's what my dad would say, Coach.
I love it.
So, folks, hope you all enjoyed it. We are out.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z, sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews, you name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcast on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
What's up, good people? Bet Online is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. Bet Online continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE BLEAV for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online when the game starts. What's up, family? Jared the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Check The King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.